Good morning. It's 6:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, July 29, 2019. Let's take a look at the market on Litecoin. Now, as you know, a lot of people, 10,000 people got letters from the IRS saying they didn't pay their taxes on crypto. 90% of the people who invested their money in crypto have lost it all. The other 10%, I would say maybe 3/4 of those people broke even if they were lucky, or less than even. And the people that did make money on it are actually the people who have the market set up to swindle those investors. So yesterday I went to FINRA, the Financial Enforcement Crimes Network. I'm giving everything to them. It took me a while to find the right path. I think I found it. I went to the CFTC. That was my mistake. They do futures. After I spoke to a young lady that was taking, what's her name? First name was Kelly. She was covering for Matt Hunter while he was on vacation. She explained that CFTC doesn't do market manipulation. It only involved in futures. That puts the CFTC to the side. I went to the New York Department of Financial Services. They're basically run by a bank examiner, so trading is not his forte. But what they did do for me is they actually found out who owned those trades that I spotted manipulating the market. Okay? Now, those trades belong to the market maker. If the IRS wants anybody to go after for not paying their taxes on crypto earnings, it's the market maker. Because basically, he's the only one that's making earnings in crypto. There's very few people making any money here. And you can ask any trader. I myself, even though I got a letter, I reported my losses and my gains in my capital investment losses or gains. That's the only place. The IRS had no instructions up until this year issued anything that how to claim your taxes on crypto. I did claim my taxes in crypto by, what the federal judge said, that they're securities. Okay, I'm going to put them in capital gains and capital losses. They weren't too clear on what they were considering crypto to be in the first place, or how to claim your losses or your earnings. So I did it the only way I knew, or could figure out by their laws or what their federal judges said. So I'm pretty much clear. If they want the wording of the paperwork to be changed, that'll cost me nothing. So what needs to happen now is people need to go to not that one, I'm sorry. You need to go here. You see this right here? And other financial crimes. So these guys are in Vienna, Virginia. You might want to talk to Ken Blanco. So, it really makes me laugh that, Coinbase probably knows, well, these guys are after terrorists, so they won't pay attention to us. Who's your market maker that you won't disclose them? Who is he? Why is he allowed to manipulate the market? Steal tons of money from American citizens? Causing financial distress? That's economic terrorism. Is he a Trump hater? Huh? Is he from a foreign country? So, here we go now. Coinbase is registered with FinCEN, okay? Yet here they go as their market maker, is manipulating the market, causing economic hardship to American citizens, economic hardship to everybody in the world by exercising his trades in such a way that he benefits from it. Now you got the IRS sending letters out to the victims rather than the perpetrator. I mean, the IRS should have known this, right? They should have did a little homework, the IRS, and turned around and said, well, why would we send out people letters when 90%, we're pretty sure that 90% of the people that invested in crypto lost all their money. So telling them to report their earnings is kind of asinine. It shows like there's no cognitive thought in the IRS. Now you're claiming these people that we made money when you know for a fact all you have to do is here is most trade, in any market, 90% of the people lose their money. How do they think people are making money in this if the market maker has it rigged and he's looking to steal your money? And then most times he's successful in stealing your money. Now this scam is June 12th. You thought everybody was saying the bull market recovered. Litecoin was $143. Look where it went down to. It's a scam. It's a scam. They got you. They fear of missing out. You had all of these talking heads on YouTube saying, "Oh, the bear market's over. The bull market's beginning. It's up to the moon." Now, I got bad news for you guys. You guys out there charging subscription fees, right? Charging subscription fees where you're telling everybody, "Oh, I'll teach you how to make money in this market. I never lost anything." Nah, you guys are in a lot of trouble. You're in the same boat as those BitConnect guys that went around advertising this is the best thing since sliced bread, and I can guide you through it. Just pay me. You guys are in a lot of trouble. You think putting a disclosure, I'm not a financial advisor, but you're charging subscriptions to tell people they'll make money if they follow you and pay the subscription fee? No, you are a financial advisor. Matter of fact, you're a paid financial advisor. Okay? If you're not a financial advisor, then you don't accept a fee. You guys are going to get sued. You guys are going to get Crypto Kirby. All of these guys that will go over here and this is my super, pay me $20 and I'll give you my super secret decoder ring that'll guide you into investing in the market. You guys are screwed, man, when this opens up. This is just a matter of time. These agencies have been brought into clarity now. They did, when the IRS decided to send out these letters, something, this might be a part of a probe. Let's see if these people actually did make any money. You guys don't realize what's going on here. This might be an interagency probe. Well, people seem to be complaining. Let's just see if people actually did lose money. Let's send out a letter and see if they declared their earnings and losses, and then ask them questions. They might be just picking a sample. You know something? You don't send out just 10,000 letters for 100,000 investors or 3 million or 8 million investors like they got over here. You either send them all out, or if you're sending a small packet out to 10,000 people in a market that has 30 million users, which is Coinbase. You're not after taxes. You're looking for information. You're looking to see, hey, what's going on here? So people don't paint the IRS as the boogeyman. Because if they were after everybody for reporting the gains and losses, they would have sent out 30 million letters, not 10,000. This is a probe to see what's going on. This is a probe. And I'm glad that they're doing it, because now when they call me, I'm going to explain to them that 90% of the people lose all their money. And the correct person to go after who's actually making money, no matter which way this market moves, is the person that manipulates the market. And they manipulate the market to earn that money. And that person is the market maker. Then they're going to ask me, well, that's a very strong accusation. I'm going to say, yeah, but I have proof. Why? Because I had the New York Department of Financial Services out of New York do an investigation. And they found out those trades are owned by the market maker. Well, yes, but they say here they post them to 44 cents equidistance. They cleared themselves, and they don't interfere with the price. Then I'm going to say, oh, well, okay, you see all that statement here? I have the math that proves that they're not doing this. And yes, they are manipulating the market. And yes, they reported false numbers to the New York Department of Financial Service in order to cover up their earnings to the IRS. And they're the person that the IRS needs to go after. So that's going to open up a whole can of worms. So now I went the next step, and I suggest people go here to financial. You go here. These guys, not like that. Here you go. These are the guys you're going to want to call. They have a number. Just hit the contact. They'll help you out. You fill out the rest of the stuff. Now this is nationwide, and Coinbase is registered with them. And you tell them, you guide them to my channel. You said this guy, he has 20 to 30 years in brokerage. He's been investigating this for over a year. He has some startling findings. He can prove it. He's proven it to me. He's given me the tools to learn how to detect this. I've learned how he's doing it. I used the method myself, and I proved it to myself that this gentleman, Mr. Russo, is correct. So now what needs to be happening is I'm going to try to call him again today around 9 o'clock just to get through to them. And I don't think it's fair that people who lost money are now being told by the IRS to cough up some money, when we all know it's not. 90% of the people in crypto don't have any money to show for their investment. They don't even have their capital back. And yet, again, I think the IRS asking these people if they made any money in crypto might be part of a probe. And if they get a resounding no, that's going to pick up their ears. Eventually, if they are interested in that, I'm going to record the conversation when they call. That I want to see if it's actually a probe, not going after people for money. Because the IRS, I don't think they could be that stupid. They know 90% of the people lost money in this market, and you're reporting this loss. Now, what is doing that? I don't think they know. So hopefully, when I do talk to them, I can explain it to them and divert their attention to the true target of not paying their taxes in crypto, to the actual people that did make earnings on this. And I do believe if they're brazen enough to steal using their platform, and the market makers manipulating the trades to steal, and then they concoct this letter that their spread's only 88 cents to a state entity, when we know their spread is $2 or over. And if they're brazen enough to rob their own clients, I believe they're brazen enough to rob the IRS. And the true culprit in this case is the market maker, 190%. And I think if the IRS is looking for their fair share, it's in the market maker's hands, because he's the one who wiped out 90% of the clients' accounts and took their money. He wiped it out. He has the funds. He has the money that you lost. The money goes someplace. The money just doesn't evaporate. It's not in these traders in here that made the right decision, because there's very few of them. There's only one person that makes money whether the market goes up or down 100% of the time, and that's the manipulator of the market. And that manipulator is the market maker, and I can prove that. So you need the guys to go over here, tell these guys what's going on. Hopefully I'll get a phone call soon. If not, I'm gonna call them today because I want this ball rolling. They've done this long enough. Okay? I'm gonna explain to him what Charlie Lee done, what Brian Armstrong done, and what their market maker's been doing since 2017, as far as I know, when I came into the market. So it's obvious. Now let's get on what the market maker is doing today. Last night, I don't know if this was a display of power from the market maker. Who knows? Now let's see. We're going to get the calculator up, and we're going to see what the market maker, who doesn't manipulate the market because he puts his trades equidistant, if the trades are equidistant to begin with. Let's go through that. Okay, here goes this trade, $90.16. Notice it's at a higher price. Notice that we've grown a tail and we're showing green now. Alright. We're going to show you the average price first. How the market maker. Here goes this other trade. You see it down here? And then you just simply divide it by 2. Okay, we're going to probably go up to $89.20 because that's how he has it rigged. Okay, that's why you see green coming now. He's rigged the price to go slightly up. It will bounce around this area, but mostly it'll gravitate to this price. So yeah, we've seen this plenty of times before. Okay, so 89.20. You just remember that number. You can just write it down here as I go through the dribble. If they say they're not the market maker's not manipulating it, just tell them it's nonsense. Cut it out. You know he's manipulated. Simple math proves it. What do you think, we're stupid? Just tell him that. What do you think, we're stupid? If after what I've shown you, if you don't know that the market maker is manipulating the price, you have to be stupid. You really do. Now, keep in mind 89.20. Okay. Well, that figure will stay there. You'll see that'll be the first. We'll keep it there. But in the meantime, we're going to go down and see if he's equidistant from the mid-market price. So here you do 89.03. Yeah. Right? Oh, I'm clear. I'm doing it backwards. 90.16 minus the mid-market price. Now, that's not 44 cents away from the mid-market price. That's 4 times what they stated to the New York Department of Financial Services. Okay? That means they're not reporting the spread correctly. And they probably haven't paid their taxes on the money they collected by manipulating the spread. Okay, now we're going to do the second one. $88.25. Look at the size of that spread. The way you find the spread is you add these two numbers together, and you'll see the spread. $1.87, almost $2. That's $1 on top of the imaginary spread they created to deflect any attention that they might be just actually manipulating this spread. That's why they put 40 to 44 cents in the New York Department of Financial Services statement they released to them. Because they know if they would have, anybody would have seen such a wide spread, it might raise suspicion. So what do? They report a spread under $1. So there you go. The market maker is not manipulating it. I'm going by the letter now. He's posting his trades equidistant from the mid-market price, 40 to 44 cents away. $1.21.67. Not even close. They're not equidistant to begin with. Now this is the top wall, and this is the bottom wall, and the range they're away from the mid-market price. The top wall is further away than the bottom wall. The price will go up. What has happened? The price is going up. You see how he manipulates it? He changes the center point when he moves those two trades. Okay, we said 89.20. We're 89.10 now. We're over 80. Yeah, we're about 89.10. We're 10 cents away. So that puts us less than 1% away. But if you wait here, you'll see. We'll do it again. We did this yesterday. In other words, if you want to play in this market manipulator's game, you have to sell between his trades. And that's where all your gains and losses will be, in between the market maker's trades. He's controlling the market by posting the two largest trades in the open order book. This right here might be his trade that he wants to get an extra trade he posts. Now I notice he has another habit. He'll take another trade, post it right next to his other trade if he really wants it to go back up. Now you'll sit here. It takes time when he posts these trades and moves them around to get to the price that he wants. And we figured that out to be 89.20. There's really no reason not to get excited, people. If you keep a clear head and you find the path, the road that you need to go down, you're going to find a solution to all of this. Even though you see it go down, haha, you're wrong. No, it'll bounce around, but it'll gravitate to that price. You see what I'm saying? The market makers designed it that way. You don't get immediate response. It doesn't snap and stay in place immediately when he changes the wall, because he's got that play in between his trades. And there'll have to be a moment of trading activity for the market to be guided to this price. It's not going to get there without some kind of market activity going on, and that could be going up or down. But eventually he'll be squeezed into this new mid-market price that he's used, or created by manipulating those two trades. You just gotta give it time. It's early in the morning. It's going to take longer because there's probably nobody trading on the platform yet. Oh, you see how this trade now is all the way up there? Don't be surprised if that's another trade from the market maker trying to push the price up now. He's using one method to kettle it in, and he's probably using additional trades to push it where he wants it to go quicker. He's got people to bilk. He's got to give the false pretense that this market's going to go up. He's got to get you in here. Look at the buys, guys. Look at the buys. Look, we're buy heavy. You see how this works? Now, if you're doing technical analysis or you're reading the order book, You're going to say, wow, look at the buys versus the sells. We're definitely going to go up. It's buy heavy. But no, that's a false signal. Then you look over here. You're like, wait a minute, if there's more buys than sells, why does it show pressure being exerted on the sell side rather than the buy side? It contradicts each other. That's what manipulation does. That's a sign of manipulation. When you see the market suddenly going up, you'll see this green flat as a pancake. Now remember, we said 89.20, 89.17, 89.21. Just to show you again. It sometimes it goes a little higher, but it comes back down. It's like one of those balls that just bounces until and then reaches its level. But this isn't hard to understand. And either way you look at it, I'm able to tell you which way by looking at his trades and calculating what he's doing. I'm able to tell you which way the market is going to go because I can follow what the manipulator's doing and I come out with the correct mid-market price. I can tell you which direction the price is going up because I know it's the market maker trades that are manipulating the market, and when he moves them, I can calculate which way he intends to move the market. And it never fails. It never fails. Why? Because he's manipulating the market. I can't be just guessing what he's doing and getting it right all the time. If I'm guessing and getting it right all the time, that means, again, math doesn't lie. The math, I'm using math to guide me. Now I told you it was going up. It hit that price, but and you notice now he raised the price of his wall to 90.35, relieving some pressure on the sell side, and he's exerting pressure on the buy side by moving this closer. You see how this trade has come up? You see? Now, what the market maker and Coinbase is stating is that the market moves first and then his trades move. No, these little trades have very influence over the market here. Okay, these are small trades. The market did not move up until he moved his trades up, and I suspect now that those two trades that he posts up there aren't the only trades he's posting. I believe this trade is his over here. This other 1600. We already proved, if you notice, this trade and this trade is sticking together. So that's the market maker's secondary trade to help move the market the way he wants. Now I could even tell you which price that he'll allow this to climb to. It's very easy. Okay, I'll show you. Deduct 30 cents away from. You see how this is disappearing now? You can't see it in the exposed order book anymore. It's going to go up, the price, because again, you could see the bottom trade is closer to the mid-market price than the top trade. Up we go. Now he rose the price to 90.35. What did he have it last time? $90.16. So through manipulating those trades, he controls the price. If he controls the price, he controls the spread. He controls the spread, he makes more profit. There's really nothing else that needs to be shown here. And if any of you guys who do technical analysis want to dispute this, you better get a calculator. Don't come out here at feelings or opinions or suggestions, because you state that on your system. You're not a financial advisor, so anything you say isn't worth anything. You state that yourselves, guys. But you guys who charge subscription fees, you're taking money as a financial advisor or teaching people how to trade. You're telling people, well, if you take this course, I guarantee you'll make profits. And you post it all over the place. Oh, this guy took my class. He paid me $2,000, and he made money. Now he's not losing any money. When 90% of the people are losing money, and I'm pretty sure a lot of your subscribers are in that 90%. So you guys, you think he's got it covered. When this all blows up, that this market maker is manipulating the market, when they actually do a correct criminal probe, which I hope FinCEN will do, and the IRS now, I have the ability to reach out and talk to them too now, which I think the IRS is actually doing a probe to see if people are losing money at a rate. I don't think this is the go after taxes, because if they were going after taxes, all 30 million people that are on Coinbase would have gotten a letter. You can't target a few people unless you're doing a market, how would you say, a market analysis. All right. Now, when it comes back that these people, that instead of having any reason to pay the IRS on unreported taxes, and they find out that we have reported it as losses, you don't think that the IRS is going to get curious of all this money's being made in crypto and all these people driving around in these expensive cars? It's not the investors. It's the people who run the exchanges and the money market. The market makers that are actually those people that you see there driving around in these cars, living this high lifestyle. And the way they're getting their money is by robbing those investors and bringing great loss to the exchange's clients by manipulating the market. They ensure themselves a higher spread than they should be getting. They're deciding the price. They're deciding who makes it or breaks it. So there you go, people. Your simple math. You got your statement on my channel. Let's see if I can find the statement from the Coinbase saying this is what their market maker is doing. He has no criminal intent. And then when you check the numbers, it's a false statement. It's right here. You see it right here. This is the letter Coinbase issued to the New York Department of Financial Services over my inquiry. They stated that the market maker is not manipulating the market because he's posting his trades 40 to 44 cents away from the mid-market price. We know that not to be true. He states that he's placed them equidistant as not to manipulate the price. We know they're not equidistant from the mid-market price, therefore he is manipulating the price using those two trades. It's obvious. It's obvious. If this was in a court of law, if I would sit down there and explain this and show the math to people and give them the letter, read it, what's it say there, go over it with them, explain it to them, and then do the math, it's going to be clear to anybody. Anybody that has an IQ above room temperature. If you have 100 IQ, you'll be able to understand this versus this. And what's the virtual truth and the reality truth? Okay, we're dealing with virtual currency. So they made up a virtual market maker, rainbows and unicorn story. But this is in the real world using a calculator. That's the best I could say it. All those people who say that market maker is not manipulating the price, you're living in the virtual world. You're not living in the real world. And all you guys over there charging people, saying that you're going to oh, make the millions of dollars if you just pay a subscription fee, and you yourself are part of the 90% that hasn't made any money. You guys are gonna get it when this shit hits the fan on this. It's gonna hit it. This is gonna be like, at least on Coinbase, this is gonna be like a BitConnect-like scandal. You're the guys, you're Carlos Matos. Come in here, oh, BitConnect, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam. They call it a scam. No, 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 no. You're Carlos Matos right now. Where do you get the guy Charlie Lee wears a Litecoin holding shirt? He's doing interviews. I'm going to do wonderful things with Litecoin. It's going on Coinbase. The future is nothing but up. Invest in Litecoin. He gets on Coinbase, right? As soon as he gets on Coinbase, what does he do? It hits a high price of around $370, $380, and he dumps every single coin. And then he tells you it's because he's trying to avoid a conflict of interest by engaging in a conflict of interest. Hey, you guys are lost. You're lost. You're lost. It's all going to come down soon. I'm telling you, I'm the kind of person, it'll take me a long time, but I'll get the job done. It's coming, people. Believe me. Believe me. I'm a person of integrity. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I do it. I might not do it at the time that you want it to do, in the shake and bake society we live in, but it will get done. It will, and it'll get done well. So be aware of that, people. So I don't know what else to tell you guys about this market. I really have to give you anybody that's thinking about coming into this market, unless you have enough money to actually move the market in your favor, you're just going to be a victim. All right, people, I'm over and out. Got things to do today. Good luck on your trading. Be careful. I suggest that somehow, some way, we get our own non-market maker exchange set up, because these market makers are thieves. And if they're all showing the same price across all these exchanges, then all of these exchanges are being manipulated by their market makers.